Hi, it's Jill from Jilly Bean Studio. I hope you can come along today for some fun in some composition notebook, junk journals. I'm also really happy that I have finally organized my new art prompt journal, so I will be sharing that with you soon. And I hope you grab a cup of whatever you enjoy and can journal a bit today too. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. I am glad you're here. I'm going to jump in with my junk journal January journal first, and then later in today's video do a spread in my creative journal, my regular composition notebook junk journal. So if you're not familiar with junk journal January, I'll link all the information below, but it's hosted by Meg at Meg Journals, and there's prompts for every day. I made this, as you can probably tell, with, oh, more coffee, please. Yes. It's been that kind of morning already. Need to kind of get my engine going. I've been enjoying this, which was made from a pair of old blue jeans. I'll link that video below as well, and some scrappy lace and a little bit of string, and yeah, just altering a composition notebook cover. Right now it's a no-sew journal, and I'm not sure. I'm really leaning into binding it, but I'm not doing that quite yet. So, been enjoying the prompts every day. Meg also has collaborators, and they also have videos every day on just, oh my gosh, so many different things. So what I usually do is I try to catch Meg's videos, and then every once in a while I'll kind of binge watch a few of the collabs, and it's been, gosh, so inspiring and really enjoyable. So check them out. It's linked below. I would highly recommend it, and you can jump in at any time. Don't feel any pressure. You don't have to do all the prompts. It's really a great opportunity to just play and do what you can do. So we're going to start on the this week's journal session. For me, I've been working on all week prompts 15 to 20, and this spread is prompt 15, which was barcode. So I was grabbing all sorts of stuff this week, digging through the cabinets. Look at this. Isn't this great? It's so simple, right? But a cardboard tab from a box. So many things to make pockets, tags, tuck spots. Made a little journaling card here. Yeah, so put in the barcodes, made a little pocket, made some tags, and then on the right-hand side is folded. Now, for folded, prompt 16, I folded a dictionary page, added a few more of those barcodes, because why not? They were handy. And then glued the edges down, so on the back page, it also made a little bit of a pocket. I think you can see that a little. All right, now this page spread, well, this double page spread is quite a combination of things. It's really prompts 17 through 20. So I'll sort of go through it bit by bit. Prompt 17 was top 5. I'll show you that in a sec. And prompt 18 is maps. So this is a map, and I live about here in the little state of Connecticut on the east coast of the US. So put in that map from a magazine. On the right-hand side, I did, well, I'm going to kind of jump around. So 18 is maps, 19 is hand-lettered, and 20 is textured. So right now on the right-hand side, I'm showing you a bunch of the texture that I did. Again, I did a real sort of mix and mash up of all the prompts this week, which actually I really enjoy. Layering up the pages. So that's some drywall tape that added some texture to the page. And all of these good scrappy bits I have from Flow magazines. And this is the tag I made. Again, that paper I think is from a Flow magazine. And for the prompt 19 hand lettered, I hand lettered my top 5. So collage, pen and ink art, drawing, doodling, paper crafts, and paint are some of the top 5 things I love to do in my journals. So yeah, that kind of combined all of those, and I still have these scrappy bits left that I'm not quite sure if I'm going to use or not, but quite the combination, and I really enjoyed sort of blending the prompts together on that spread. So I'm going to grab one of these artist tiles and take it from my scrappy box. These are my bigger scraps. You can see I use some of those on the right hand side page. And what I thought I would do for today's Journal with Me session is prompt 21. And then I think we'll also add it to that spread. So prompt 21 is experimental. And I was a little bit stumped for a while what to do. Like, if it's an experiment, the way I think about it, it's something that I haven't really tried, or I don't know, recreating something in a different way maybe. So I ended up going to the cabinet, lots of visits to the cabinet and pantry this week, and grabbing this gel food coloring, grabbing an old brush because I thought, you know what, it might ruin the brush. I don't know, because I have not really painted much, if at all, with food coloring. So I grabbed one of those water brushes where you fill the tube with the water and then you squeeze it as you use it and the water just comes out of the brush. Maybe that's self-explanatory, but I thought I'd say it anyway. If you haven't used one. What I'm doing now is just a simple dot of the food coloring. I don't want to go too heavy on that. I'm sure a little goes a long way. A little more coffee. All right, let's give this a go. I'm going to dip the brush in and then gently squeeze and just let it flow. Now this paper is sort of like a cardstock weight, maybe a little bit more. Do some petals. I'm going to play. All right. That is the orange. I'm not even going to bother with water right now to rinse out the brush with like a cup of water or anything. I think it's fine to just squeeze the water out and use the paper towel. Ooh, this is pretty. All right, so the first one was orange. And then, ooh, oh my gosh, I'm getting muddy here. Look at that. Okay, no biggie. Just playing. Yeah, so I like this. This is purple. That is a very pretty color. Oh, nice. This is like an aqua. They call it, what do they call it? It is teal. All right. I'm thinking this could be a tag or a journaling card or something. Not all of it together, but I could maybe cut a piece of it. More little petals. I like that. It really is vibrant. So as usual, I speed my videos up here and there. I'm moving a little bit faster now forward, and thought I would try a big, this is so juicy, a big, is that magenta? Yep, they're calling that magenta. Isn't that interesting? I would kind of call it red, right? Magenta to me is almost purple pink, but that's what they call it. Okay. That was simple. And we'll figure something out. Let's let that dry. So I'm going to pull this away for now. Definitely, I would recommend check out Junk Journal January. And we'll come back when that's dry and add something or other to the spread. Can you tell the little who visited had some fun on my art table the other day with crayons? All right, next is my creative journal. And this is the one I use 2 to 4 times a week, documenting everyday life. So we've done a lot of this together if you've been around here a little bit. In January, those are those Tombow markers. I love those colors. Layered up a pocket there, and this was last week's spread. What I thought for this week was, with all the Junk Journal January playing around with the fun prompts, I decided I was gonna do a double page spread this week. It seemed to make the most sense. So I've collaged a lot already on the right and made a little pocket, swatched out more with these Tombow brush pens and doodled a little bit, some flowers on there. And I've prepped this envelope with this really pretty stencil. And I took one of the Tombow brush pens and did a little outline. So what I'm thinking about is making a journaling spot, or maybe tucking in some receipts or something in that envelope. And then I just have some leftover scrappy bits from that Sears and Roebuck catalog that I showed you last week. So I thought those would be kind of cute up there, and they could be decorative or for a little bit of writing. I cut off the top of the envelope, the triangle part, the flap, because I want to attach it to this page, and I don't want it to cover up too much of what we did last week. So I'm going to take some of this pretty washi tape and I'm going to kind of put that, adhere it on. And then, yeah, usually I use my, hold my washi tape together by little bits of string. And look, I finished one. Yay. But I have that pretty washi tape holder that was a holiday gift. So I love that. And I love the washi tape that was also part of the gift. So I'm going to use that today in a little while. I'm going to grab something to put the envelope on. Grab that craft paper. And what I'm starting out thinking is I'm going to continue with different colors of the brush pens. I'm reminding myself with a quick swatch the colors, because they really don't always look like the pen caps. Like this one, oh my goodness. Okay, I just swatched that twice. Is much darker than, in my mind, than that pen cap. Yeah. All right, so I have an idea again of what the colors are like. I think that's really helpful. I know I swatched it out on the other page, but when you're using them, grabbing a scrap, it's so much, I don't know, it's so much easier in my mind. And this is thin paper, the envelope, and I'm worried it's going to bleed through. I'm going to put in some paper to give it a little buffer so that does not happen. And now I just had a different thought because of Junk Journal January that why not, instead of using the brush pens like I originally thought, why not go back and use the food coloring? I'm going to blend in these petals a little bit with the water first. And yeah, what a nice new idea, I guess I want to say, because I wouldn't have thought of this if it wasn't for the prompt to go in with the food coloring. And that's another benefit of working in two journals at the same time is you have these supplies out. I already have like the excess food coloring on the page. I'm just looking at my page colors for a second to kind of get something that goes with it in general. Yeah, so here we go. Experiment 2. Let's see what happens. Again, speeding up here and there. I kind of like it. It for sure is bleeding. Be aware of that as a tip, but here we go. Not bad. It's not bleeding too much. Now, I feel like I want to make a little petal or flower shape in each of the corners. I'm gonna give that a try. I am going lightly and gently because, as I've said, this is envelope paper, very thin. Okay, sped up a little bit more, and now I kind of thickened these up. They're almost like clover. I think I went, or a pom-pom. I think I went a little wild, but that's all right. And what I'm going to do is let this dry and then go in either with more layers of this, or I always like to use, I have some gel pens or some microns, and then maybe I'll put in the details that way. Okay, experiment 2. And here we go. So I let that dry, sped up the video a little bit, and I went in with my Signo white gel pen and a little bit more food coloring of the orange, squiggle it around, and yeah, I think it's cute. Who knew? Experiment number 2. Yeah, look at that. It definitely bled through, but that's all right. Just onto that buffer paper. I think envelopes are a great supply to have on hand. Easy to tip in and attach to a junk journal page. I'm gonna call that good. Yeah, so let me find the washi tape now. Oh, I love this one. It's one of my favorites of the new gifted washi tape. Get this down, line it up. So I hope your January journaling is going well. I would love to hear about it, what you're experimenting with if you are, what prompts you're enjoying if you're doing Junk Journal January, or simply what fun you're having in your journal lately. All right, I think that is going to work. A little bit over, I can trim that up. actually like the way it bled on the page. Kind of has a soft look to it. And then I'm going to write and document a little bit later. Let's grab and finish up our spread for today for 21 experimental, and here's our little food coloring experiment. And what I thought I would do, I was really inspired. Look at this beautiful sunset, and I kept looking at the colors of the food coloring and thought, why not? Well, I already have it as a tuck spot, the map. I didn't glue it entirely. And it kind of has those beautiful, beautiful colors. Let's go for it. Why not? All in good fun. I think that'll fit. This way maybe. Let's make the orange. Yeah, I like the orange and the pink because of the sunset. Okay. I may use these scrappy bits at another time. We're going to call that done for today. Well, thanks for coming along for a little bit of journaling. I am very excited about Junk Journal January. I hope to also share my art prompt journal with you soon. That should be coming up in the next video or two. And I'd also like to share, check out this sunrise. I know, love it. The colors reminded me of today's journal session. So thanks for coming along, and I really appreciate you stopping by. Happy journaling to you.